Well, we are certainly bracing for a pretty chilly start to the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. In addition to that, the concerns for roads are why we are weather aware tonight into the first few hours of daylight tomorrow. So let's look at the latest observation from Savannah Hilton International Airport. 32 degrees, right at freezing. Good news, the roads are not quite there yet. They will take a little bit to respond to that, but light winds out of the west and at times southwest are making it feel like in the 20s right now. So Viper radar is quiet now, but earlier on, a fairly substantial batch of moisture was moving through the area. That brought a cold rain to a majority of us and some snow to our western communities. Not the case now, and anything left over is not water. That's going to freeze, flash freezing, refreezing. Black ice is the concern overnight, and also the downright dangerous cold for some inland. 25 officially going to be low at Savannah Hilton International Airport. If you are inland, likely low 20s, and you definitely want to be mindful of the 4Ps with that. Eventually, though, sunlight takes care of the roads, also warms things up into the 50s. A little bit of a breeze, though, will make it quite uncomfortable. Remember the 4Ps, folks. Use heat safely, dress in layers. Space heaters need to be plugged into the wall, not into a surge protector or an extension cord. Bring pets in if at all possible. If not, limit the exposure to moisture and wind outdoors. We want to wrap sensitive outdoor pipes and open the cabinets if you are in a well-built indoor structure and bring those sensitive plants in, but by now you probably should already be aware of that. There will be a reinforcing shot of cold air moving through, but the moisture is now out of the equation, and now we look ahead to the cold conditions and weather aware due to the potential for isolated pockets of black ice on the roadways, particularly those bridges and those overpasses, but we will continue to dry out somewhat. Now, we have a cold one for this week. Hard freezes the next couple mornings, followed by some pretty cold afternoons to 10 degrees below average or so. Milder temperatures around for the end of the week, but we need to watch for next weekend. There's the potential for a winter storm moving across portions of the deep south, and there's a long way to go in the forecast process with this, but the thing to know is there's at least the potential for something to be in the region. And again, the pattern's looking more favorable for that with cold air that's going to move in. There will be a system moving through the deep south, but still have a long way to go in the forecast process because you are dealing with a lot of moving parts with those types of systems. Hence why this last system was a bit of a tricky one to contend with until we finally got the snow to move in to the western areas. However, the only rain chance for the week are going to be some passing showers on Thursday with this active pattern continuing, but otherwise cold mornings the next several days. 25 tonight. We do look for a few more freezing mornings of the hard freeze inland expected Tuesday. Wind along the coast, things should be a little bit better than, say, tonight. And we do finally get a milder one by the end of the week with lows even nearing that 40-degree mark, which is right around average for this time of year. Below average for highs, though, Monday and Tuesday. We do get 60s, though, to end the week, which will feel like a refreshing one for a lot of the area. So there is a small craft advisory in effect on our waters until early in the morning. Otherwise, winds of 10 to 15 knots develop and 2 to 4 foot seas are expected during the day Monday. And we are weather aware again due to that refreeze on the roadways. If you have an early drive tomorrow, be very careful. Those issues should be out of here by about 8, 9 o'clock once the sunlight warms up the roads, and then otherwise cold start to the week. We do look to a bit milder temperatures by the end of this week, but next week we are watching for a storm system move through the region. At the moment, still looking like we're going to be on the warm side of things, but long way to go with that.
Yeah, chilly tomorrow. Make sure to bundle up if you're out there for any MLK Day activities or parades.
Absolutely.
What about, is this good weather for football?